home.
Right up top.
Oh.
Two
Can't
dropping
tell.
in on me.
He just dropped in.
Enemies eliminated. Map.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Dahlia gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about Glacier. Have you experienced the Glacier Rework? Let's head over and check it out. So in the formal affair update for Rogue Company, Glacier got a massive overhaul to the map itself, and this is something that I never knew that I needed, but now I need it more than I ever knew that I needed it. You know what I'm saying? Glacier, let's talk about Glacier for a second. Glacier is the comeback story of the century in terms of Rogue Company. It was released as one of the worst maps in the game with Sigrid. They made a couple of minor tweaks to it, right? They closed the windows off and it made it a little bit more playable at that point, but a lot of people still didn't like it because of the rotations, how long it took to do rotations on the map, and also like lines of sight, things like that, because the map was basically split in half. And of course you had walkways, you know, halfway through it, but it was on different levels of the map and things like that. Now with this newest update, they actually redesigned the way that a lot of the cover is. They redesigned how you rotate in the map itself. They put two cut throughs on either side, whether you're defending or attacking, so that you can go from one plant site to the other almost seamlessly at that point and not have to like go around to the enemy spawn side or go back through your spawn side in order to try to get to the other side of the map. Because once people push and set up on a specific side and start holding corners, yeah, there's a lot of ways to access those areas, but at the same time, it's very easy once you kind of realize where the team is actually coming from. It's a 4v4 game. You only have certain access points that you actually have to try to cover whenever the map existed the way that it actually existed. But with this new rework, it allows for rotations to happen faster. It also creates more contention points or choke points on the map, because you can absolutely fight around these areas. There's a huge way to see exactly where people are, but there's also a way to sneak around. It allows for rogues like Glimpse and Lancer to be a little bit more sneaky with that lower level, with them closing some of the staircases off. It also allows for a very heavy top four push and the ability to kind of hop off at the different levels into that mid level and be able to rotate through the doorways and be able to basically pounce on your enemies as they're making rotations as well. I love this change. I'm very excited to see if they make any changes like this in the future to any of the other maps in the game, because there's several maps that need a very similar treatment to this. High Castle is absolutely one that needs this type of a treatment, because it just doesn't play right. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good in any of the game modes. It feels very one-sided. It does feel very rewarding if you are actually attacking on that map and you're able to break through the defenses, plant the bomb, and able to defend from that, you know, defusal. But it's like getting to that point just feels like a trudge, man. So I would say High Castle would be a great addition to this rework. Of course, there's a couple of other maps like Lockdown would be nice to see a little bit of a rework to that, because having that center door that you can open and close, and that be a very, very strong bottleneck with no cover in that doorway whatsoever except for the doorway itself, makes it for very weird whenever you're trying to do rotations into different bomb sites. And it also creates longer flank routes and longer rotations on that map as well. So there's a lot of things that they could do to several of these maps to make them feel better, to make them play better. And it's little quality of life changes like this that absolutely makes me want to revisit some of these maps and try to enjoy these maps more. I've played Glacier more in the past week than I've probably played it since it was originally released. It feels so much better than it ever did before. I'm actually having fun playing Glacier. And I never thought that I would say that, but I'm actually having fun while playing Glacier. And it feels like they did a lot of good things with this map. Now, there's a couple of certain issues that they could look at, because having only 2 access points to the very bottom of the map makes that almost a death trap if you happen to get down there to try to survive. Especially, you know, you've got a hallway and then you've got a giant square and then you've got another hallway and there's a submarine in the middle of it, which is fine. But if you are trying to escape and you're running through the bottom and people are chasing you, by the time you get around the submarine, they're going to be able to see you, regardless of if that submarine's there or not, and they're going to be able to burn you down. So there's little things like that that need to be changed. Some of the other cover changes are really good, where you can watch one, you know, doorway, one of the new cut throughs, but you also have windows and other things that can see you looking at those doorways and trying to protect against those doorways. So a lot of the cover is laid out very well. There's just a couple of issues that they have with some of these other areas, such as the bottom floor and also the top floor. The top floor, in my opinion, possibly needs to be opened up just a little bit more. It needs to be a little bit less deadheady, and it needs to be a little bit more fluid, in my opinion. But I don't think that that's terrible. Just feels like once you get trapped in that white room up top, then you're pretty much trapped in that white room up top. It's very hard to break free from that. And I know that they designed it to exist that way, but whenever you're playing Extraction and one of the bombs is actually in that white room, it feels really bad trying to defend against it and also trying to capture it. But with those cut throughs, you can drop down, run over to the other side, cut through the cut through, and then hop up behind them if they don't see it coming, if they don't hear you. So I guess there's some trade-offs there, but it just feels like that white room and the submarine room are just completely closed off, and it's very hard to break through those and break free, especially whenever you're getting chased. You have several people that is trying to take you out. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you play the new Glacier Rework? And if so, what are your thoughts on Glacier Rework? I know this map has gone through several stages since its initial release, and I think they finally nailed it this time. I really think that they finally nailed the way that this map should play, the way that it should flow, and also it provides extra levels of stress whenever you're attacking or defending, because you don't know where enemies are going to be coming from, especially right now when everybody's learning the map and trying to understand the map. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. And lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
One down. Right up top.
Oh,
Two
Can't
dropping
tell.
in on me.
He just dropped in.
Enemies eliminated. That's what I like to see.
Forward material.
What if that's the reason that fucking Rome left?
Well, he's on a nasty heady back there.
Get it back. Objective acquired. Nice work, team. Checks in the mail.
Phase up, bro. I'm just glad Strikeout's not in this rotation, you know?